Good day, everyone. I am your classmate, Mams and Sirs, Love P. Valencia, and I am your reporter for today. And our topic about guidance services. There are two topics that will be presented to you today, and the first will be mine, and that is individual inventory. Before I continue, I would just like to grab this opportunity to say thank you to our beloved professor, Sir Galeno. Sir, thank you for just this privilege to just impart and share to my classmates, to you, ma'ams and sirs, what I have uh, learned and discovered in my research from the internet and some from the different colleagues and the friends in the field. So, guidance services, if you can see, there are a lot of services that our guidance center is offering. So first among of those is the individual inventory. So individual inventory is also called as individual analysis. Some would also call this students personal information sheet and students cumulative record, of which all the necessary information that would tell us about our students are written. So there are, maybe perhaps this is not exhaustive, but this will be used as a jumping board for or an entry point, waypoint for us to start with that help to our student, and also to get to know these students, of course. So I don't know with your experience, but as what I have seen, the guidance office is actually partnering with the faculty. So they exchange informations, what have they observed from the teacher, what have they observed from the student through anecdotal records, will be shared will be shared to the guidance counselor, of which he will put that later to the envelope or the folder that I'm going to show you, because the individual inventory is stored in the cumulative folder. Now, cumulative folder is where the data of which accumulated about every student are kept while the student is still in the school. And this is the example of that folder. Actually, not really a folder, but first it is an envelope. So, in to those who are working right now, the sirs and moms, you know that. So you have the name of the student here. So here in our school, we have the name of the student, and then there's another picture. Para sa labas pa lang, dira pa lang sa sagwa, na kita ta niya itsura kag amo ni gili ang name niya. Diyan sa sulod, ara na dira diyon ang mga files niya. Dala-dala ang aton nga individual inventory. So from this envelope, may folder pa gina siya, of which diri naton ginamutang aton individual inventory para organize gid kita sa aton nga guidance office. So, dala nakasulod ang aton nga individual inventory, of which later we'll have a closer look kung ano na siya ang itsura sa aton individual inventory, kung ano mga informations na makita naton tira. Okay? So, moving on. Now, individual inventory nature and purpose. So, individual inventory would help us systematize our data collection. So, systematically, this will help us collect, okay, necessary information from our students, then evaluate, also interpret data, identify the characteristics and potential of every client. Then this will also help us with the proper diagnosis. So there are set of questions, checklist that will be shown later that would help us, okay, that would help us analyze and make some conclusions, perhaps through series of questions and interview to the student. That would help us with this diagnosis thing. Also predicting progress, and then accurate placement and program evaluation. So individual inventory is very essential because this will enable our client, our students, the employees, the or whoever is the target of this individual inventory, because this will develop a deeper, fuller self-awareness. Next, it will create appropriate plans for improving the quality of his and her life. Now, this is not only helpful to the client, but it is also helpful to us, the would be counselors, because it will help us to get to know the client. So aside from the picture that is being included in that inventory, we can also get to know them deeper by the informations that they are putting in there. Are they coming from the broken family? Are they staying with the grandmother? Where do they grow up? Who are they close with? Oh, kaya pala you are so close with the male teachers. Kaya pala you are so close with the female teachers. Kaya pala you are so detached with the social aspect when it comes to or in relation to the school community, because this is your background. So we get to know the client. Also, it will facilitate self-awareness, self-understanding, and decision making. So with that, we can also partner with the teachers to give them an idea na ganito pala yung kanilang mga estudyante. With that, they will know where to place themselves. With that, they will know their boundaries. Okay, and as well as us as being the guidance counselor. Not only that, it will help also the counselors to ascertain appropriate avenues for client purpose. Next, it determines best options for helping. Yes, we don't just help for the sake of helping. In as much as possible, we should identify the need and then address that need. We don't just fire the bullet without first knowing where to fire. And the knowing where to fire, the goal of that is this individual inventory for us to determine, okay, the best options that we can provide for our student. So in the guidance center, we are not only uh, helping or partnering with the teachers, but also we are partnering with the stakeholders, with the parents. So with this knowledge, with these informations that we have gathered, this will help us assist significant others in understanding the client. Okay, moving on. The inventory is helpful to the clients, is helpful to the guidance counselor, and also this is helpful to the administration because it will give them the profile of the school population. Yung kagandahan ng isang maliit na paaralan is that if you are the guidance counselor of that institution or that school, parang makikilala mo na lahat ng mga mag-aaral. And because of that, you will know them by names. Not only that you will know them by names, you will know them by family background. Not only by family background, by the sport that they like. So these are the profiling that we can give to the administration. Then with that, we can help with the appropriate strategies. We can recommend to the administration, we can recommend to the faculty the appropriate strategies for responding to needs, interest, and values. In relation to the responding to needs, interest, and values, I have one experience to this. Since most of our students, way back in my uh, early years as a uh, guidance personnel, uh, we organized. Okay, we organized together with the teacher. We organized a certain activity that would call all the families enrolled in our school to just gather together. So we call that a family day. Then we realized that for us, okay, for us to be successful in this program, we need we need to go back to our individual inventory and check if our students will really enjoy this kind of activity, especially the title of that is Family Day. Later on, we realized that 70% of our students were coming from broken family. If it's not broken, then they grew up with a grandmother, with the titos and titas because their parents are OFW. Then we realized that if we are going to pursue this, only the 30% students would enjoy this, and maybe the 70% will be left out. So what we did, we reorganized, we brainstormed again, and we were able to come up with the ideas to bring the significant others instead of saying family day because of the connotation of that bringing mama and papa. So we changed the title. Okay, significant others day, that includes tito and tita, that includes grandmother and grandfather. So with that, by the help of this individual inventory and with the proper planning, we're able to uh, cater and facilitate everyone to enjoy with that certain kind of activity. So that is one thing that we can appreciate with our school is implementing or practicing individual inventory. Also, this will help the parents, guardians who that would uh, understand their children better. So we have the basis, we have the evidence, we have the data. So with that, we can help the parents respond sensibly to their children. Now, these are the necessary informations that we should uh, include in our individual inventory form. So first there is the personal information that includes the name of our student, birthday, okay, age, then the family background and home environment. So here in the family background, we ask them about the names of their parents. If there are siblings, then yung ibang individual inventory may nakalagay pa dyan na uh, is this from the yung PM, is this from the past marriage? So may mga step brothers, step sisters, okay? And then in the family background, kanino ka ba lumaki? Okay? Is it from the grandparents? Then may tinatanong din dyan, is your family mother separated, married, living in, so on and so forth. We can see that later in our in a form. Also, this will give us information about the friends that he likes, or perhaps the friends that he wants inside the school. In this individual inventory, if the student is just honest about himself and what and writing this information to the individual inventory, may lumalabas talaga na yung may mga students na walang nilalagay na mga name of friends because he is by nature introvert. And because he is an introvert person, he just preferred to be alone. And because he grew up like that, hindi yan nakasanayan na magkapag-friends. So, yung iba, hindi sumusulat ng pangalan ng mga friends. Yung iba may sinusulat, but when you would ask them about this information, they will tell you, "Ay, yung friend ko na yan, matagal ko na siyang friend, pero ngayon hindi na. I just put that name there because napatawad ko naman siya. But isa lang yung friend ko." Di ba yung mga ganyan? Yung iba maraming friend. So you can, this is an entry point as what I've said also. An entry point, a waypoint, a jumping board for interview to our clients. Also, hobbies, interest, goals, and values. So this is something to do with the self-concept now. Then personal strength, personality traits and characteristics. Then problems, fears, and needs. So yung mga problems dito, fears and needs, may makikita na tayo dito ng mga symptoms ng mga anxieties, depressions, mental disorders, emotional disorders, so on and so forth. So sinusulat din yan dito ng ating mga clients. Of course, educational data, and then schools attended, grades. Although in some schools this is optional, but that's up to you as a guidance counselor if you would make this not optional. Co-curricular and extracurricular activities, and then courses taken, level, then health data. Okay, is he allergic to something? What's the cause of your sickness before? Kumusta ka ngayon? Then test records, and later we will see the different test that can be taken by our students, and perhaps we were able to take this before. Now, this is the closer look of the individual inventory from the different sources that I have taken. So first here, I don't know if you can see there, I will also share this slide to you later, and it's available for download. So makikita din natin yan. Now, so first here, this was from the Dical Mendoza, Guidance and Counseling Today, the Rex Bookstore. So ito po yung itsura ng kanilang individual inventory. So nandito yung family background. First is the personal data, then yung name, birthplace, birthday. So dyan pa lang sa ating name, makikita na natin na sometimes yung family name ng bata ay different sa kanyang tatay. Yung sinunod niya na family name sa kanyang nanay. Pero yung nangyayari, yung family name ng nanay niya yung kanyang dinala. But then you can see nasa marital status of parents, both mother and father were married. So yan yung isa sa mga tinitingnan natin na maybe there's something wrong with the family that would affect, or that could affect in his performance at school, or if it's in the corporate world, working office, this could affect in his professional life. So name, dapat full name, and then age, birthday, birthplace, and of course the address. So these are the personal data. And then the family, mother, father. Yung iba, I have experienced this, na yung isang estudyante may galit sa kanyang tatay by just writing the name of that parent in the father option. Hindi niya talaga masulat. So I am privileged actually na makatulong sa batang iyon, and eventually somehow hindi natapos yung school year na hindi siya natin natulungan na mahalin muli yung kanyang pinanggalingan, especially his father. Okay, so that's for the family background, and then we have here the educational status, then financial status. So yung nakalagay dito below 60 to 100 ranges, okay, of annual income, parents or individually. Ito na yung marital status of parents. So are they living together? So living together but here in the Philippines, then living together pero separated because working abroad, then living together but both working abroad, then separated without having each family, separated with other families, living with other than parents, and with whom. So dito kami nag-based doon sa desisyon namin na i-change na yung title ng ng activity. Instead of family day, ginawa naming significant others day. So, laking tulong talaga ng individual inventory natin because we can determine the population, the ratio of our students with this category. So here we have the number of brothers, sisters, and then the person in the family are very close and confident with. So ito, lumalabas din ito sa ibang individual inventory na ipapakita ko sa inyo. However, may mga integration lang at changes sa kanilang approach. Then how would you describe your relationship with? So very close, just okay, better than that. So this is very nice place also or category of which you can observe because this is an entry point, very good entry point as well of helping your client and also entry point for interview. Then we have here the personal, the favorite subject, most difficult subject. Ito naman pwede nating ibigay sa ating mga teachers as we partner with them. So dahil we discovered here that science is not a favorite subject, then we can help the teacher telling them, oh, itong si Juan de la Cruz hindi niya gusto yung science, yung math. So now this will give an idea to the teacher, oh, kaya pala. So anong yung mangyayari? So the teacher can adjust. The teacher will reach out to these students, okay, so that we can help the student grow and develop while they are in our institution. So here also number 3, the career choice, what they want to be, 1, 2, 3. But some students would not have any idea about what they want in life. So diyan na papasok yung mga career career orientation, okay? Once a year ginagawa natin 'yan sa ating mga mag-aaral. Then the test taken. So here they can check, but if it's not applicable then they can skip it. So we need to have picture. So 2 by 2 yung nakalagay dito. Dapat malaki talaga. Enough na pagkita mo pa lang ng picture niya, ma-identify mo na yung mukha. So that is very essential kasi yung iba yung binibigay 1 by 1. At parang hindi pa klaro yung mukha. Okay? So 2 by 2 na talagang recent. So this is the personal data, okay? Another family background. And here in page number 35, this kind of activity is included and embedded in the individual inventory of the guidance and counseling by Decal Mendoza. This is very important kasi medyo medyo heavy ito. So it started with look at this. The heavy portion of this inventory starts from here in the family section. Wait, we'll change my. So it starts in the family section. So the student is asked, sino yung gusto niya? Sinong mas best sa kanila? Okay? Sino yung favorite niya? Anong dream ng mother mo sa'yo? Ano ang dream ng father mo sa'yo? So this will give now, okay, an idea to the student as to how he knows his family deeper, and as well as how close I am to or am I to them. Kasi yung kadalasan, hindi naman sa karamihan, but kadalasan hindi pa alam ng isang mag-aral kung ano ba ang talaga ang dream ng mama ko sa akin. Ay yung dream ng papa ko ay maging pulis ako pero hindi ko gusto ko maging guro, something like that. And then self-concept here, 5 adjectives to describe yourself, favorite hobby, ambition, likes, dislikes. And then here in the family object, so yung ginagawa dito, paste your family picture including all the members and describe each. So yung nagawa na namin to ng aming group sa ating class sa self-concept, self-identity, because hindi lahat ng mga mag-aaral ay dala nila yung picture. Hindi naman siguro ina-announce, okay, this This week we will have an individual inventory. Yung kadalasan kasi sa individual inventory during enrollment. Okay? During enrollment, so part of the process is for the student to fill up this form. So since wala silang dalang picture, yung nangyayari, okay, pinapa-drawing sila, pinapa-trace yung kanilang kamay. So pag na-trace na nila yung kanilang mga kamay, okay, doon na sila magdodraw ng symbol para sa kanilang family members. So, ano yung symbol ng tatay, anong symbol ng nanay, and then the siblings, and then dito sa gitna yung client. What is your symbol in your family? So, with that, kikilala natin kung ano yung symbol ng family niya, anong description, yung ibang mag-aaral, yung dinidrawing sa kanilang papa ay sinturon, belt. Then if you would ask if you would ask the student, bakit belt ito? You know, sir, my father would always hit me. I don't know my fault. I don't know the reason. He just hit me every time I went home, and sometimes he he gets home drunk, and then he would just nag. Then why is your mother drawn here as a mouth? Malaking bunganga. Kasi sabi niya, palagi nalang nagagalit si mama. Para sa kanya, parang wala na akong nagawang tama. Wala akong narinig na encouragement. So, dyan na rin pumapasok yung guidance counselor as a friend, as an encourager, as a believer. But that doesn't mean you would tell that student to hate their parents. It is our obligation to what? To win this child, to assure this child that he or she is uh, uh, considered as a person here in this institution, an individual that matters, who has value, and then facilitate him to, okay, to love again his parents. And if you would reject this kind of activity in this inventory, few months later or before the end of the school year, di ba, may recollection tayo, they can do this again. There are some changes actually na hindi na belt yung ginagawa, hindi na belt yung drawing, hindi na bunganga yung drawing, kundi okay na. So this is a very good activity embedded in this inventory. So happiest moment, saddest moment, and then letter D here, represent your family by drawing your favorite family activity. Now, this is another form from Villar naman ito. So in implementing comprehensive guidance program in the Philippines. So here we have the student number, then we have here the father's name, the mother's name, okay? So parang magkapareha lang din naman, may dito sa kabila, are they living together? So if you can observe the basic elements which are essentials in the individual inventory is what is considerably observable. So we have here educational background, same with the difficult subjects. So for the health, medyo specific naman siya, mga vitamins that you regularly taken, and then accidents, operations, and then any immunizations. So the test here. So we have also here the previous psychological consultations. Is it from psychiatrist? Is it from psychologist or from counselor? Then we have here attendance record. So inintegrate nila parang school card kasi importante ito. Bakit ang daming absent ng bata? So we can call on, we can help, we can assist the parents with this. So nagko-coordinate yung mga teachers, sila kasi yung nagbibigay ng attendance. So with the information coming from the teachers, then we also bridge this. The teachers are also talking to the parents, but it's one thing that the guidance counselor is also reaching out the parents, because we have we have the skills, we have the principles on how to deal them appropriately. So we have here also the unique features, and then others. So this is from our uh, school here, the Don Baptist Bible Institute, of which you can see the similarities that we have from the previous individual inventory that I have shown to you. It's just that since this is an individual inventory of the seminary, we have revised some of that. So for the personal data, para magkapareha lang sila. Then sa family data, may nilagay kami dito. To whom are you physically, emotionally, and socially attached the most? Father or mother? So this is one of the additions na hindi natin nakita doon sa previous individual inventory. Why? Because this would reflect as well and tell the school na kung bakit yung mga mag-aral natin lalaki sila but hindi sila close sa mga lalaking teacher, lalaking guro, but mas close sila sa mga babaeng teachers, na sa mga babaeng mag-aaral, why are they so close to the male teachers? So this will give us an idea with that. So same thing with the father and mother, and then the status. Okay, so we also have an addition here, like we ask how we may help you. Now, here in the properties, before going deeper into these questions, maybe you can see here the properties inventory, because we use this in our dormitory, of which our students in the seminary, we confiscate their gadgets before bedtime so that they can have a good night's rest. So properties inventory, para ma-check yan ng aming tagabantay. So here, how we may help you, we can see here the different questions that we are asking. So that includes how can we help you with your struggle you're facing. Then we ask them about their spiritual goals for this school year. So more on the spiritual side, because this is a seminary. Then how can you know you are saved? So this is an entry point for our interview and help them as well. Then short summary of your salvation, and then explain briefly your understanding of spiritual maturity. Now, if you can observe dito pa lang, makikita talaga natin na needs-based yung ating individual inventory. Dito natin makikita contextually, iba-iba yung individual inventory in relation to sa mga kinakailangang information nila. Okay, right? But we should never forget the essential informations needed na mailagay pa rin. So that is very essential, and we should not forget that. Ito, used with permission, galing sa ating Central Philippine University, yung former school ng ating professor. So, if you can see here, yung tawag dito sa DONE, Students Personal Information Sheet. Pagpunta dito sa Central Philippine University, yung tawag na nila, Students Cumulative Record. So, one page lang siya. Okay? So, ito yung itsura ng kanilang individual inventory. I don't know, baka si sir natin, siya pa yung isa sa mga nagsulat or gumawa nito. I don't know. Okay, so this is now the student's cumulative record of the CPU. Magkapareha lang din naman. Okay, so the elements of our individual inventory is present: the personal data, family data, health data, present concerns or problems, and then counseling and follow-up sessions. So ito naman sa church-based inventory. So I got this from the counseling book of MacArthur. The title of that is Counseling: How to Counsel Biblically by Faculty Masters. So ito yung sa loob ng inventory na ito. So name, phone, magkapareha lang naman, and then the general information, then the health information. Okay? So dahil church-based ito, may religious information na specific. So hindi mo to mailalagay sa ating non-sectarian school because this will elicit some information which is offensive perhaps to others. But because this is an inventory for the church, church-based, ika nga. So mayroon dito uh, religious background of husband and wife, attendance per month, no? Very specific. As what I've said, kasi needs-based ito. And then, how much do you read your Bible? Okay. So, do you have regular family devotions? So on and so forth. For the personal information, look at this. Marami siyang mga checklist, mga tanong, and then sa marriage and family information, ganun din. Okay? And then sa kahulihan ng kanilang inventory, may mga answers. May mga questions that needs to be answered. Briefly answer the following questions. What is your problem? What have you done about it? And what can we do? So these are the different individual inventory that I have gathered. So if you have some questions, we can use those questions in our discussion time come Saturday. So I hope that you have learned something today, and thank you for your cooperation. This is a perhaps a challenging activity and learning experiences to all of us because this is online. But then we thank the Lord for this technology and even for the help of our beloved professor who is always there, just one chat away. Thank you, sir, for that openness and availability to your students. So that ends my reporting for today about individual inventory. Please answer the individual inventory form that I will be sending to you. The link will be sent in our GC. Please do answer them, and then the soft copies will be available also, and the link will be provided. So that's all for now. Thank you very much, and God bless you, classmates.